4 allies that might turn their back on Ukraine. 1. Poland. Kiev and Warsaw were really tight last year. Poland took in millions of Ukrainian refugees. The Polish president has paid several visits to Ukraine during the war. Zelensky called him my friend, but a spat over Ukrainian grain exports is threatening to undermine it all. Poland has imposed a ban on Ukrainian grain. The government says it's damaging to Polish farmers. Ukraine then lodged a complaint with the World Trade Organization. Zelensky publicly accused Poland of playing into Moscow's hands. Polish President Andrzej Duda retorted,
Ukraine is behaving like a drowning person, clinging to everything he can. We have the right to defend ourselves against harm being done to us.
His party is counting on the farmers' votes in the upcoming election. Ukraine threatened to ban some Polish food imports. Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki's reply was,
I am warning the Ukrainian authorities, because if they escalate the conflict in this way, we will add more products to the ban on imports into Poland.
It seems Ukraine may lose its biggest supporter. 2. United States. Many prominent Republicans oppose aid to Ukraine. It was the most contentious subject in the first primary debate. 71% Republican voters say that Congress shouldn't authorize new funding. 59% believe the U.S. has already done enough to support Kiev. Ron DeSantis says it's Europe's job to help Ukraine.
Europe needs to step up. I'm going to have Europe step up and do their job.
Vivek Ramaswamy is even more radical.
I think that this is disastrous, that we are protecting against an invasion across somebody else's border, when we should use those same military resources to prevent the invasion of our own southern border.
Donald Trump favors a freezing of the conflict.
That's a war that should end immediately, not because of one side or the other.
3. Britain. The UK has stood by Ukraine from the beginning, but an ugly spat in July 2023 turned public. It began with Ben Wallace, Britain's defense minister. Wallace recounted an incident when he arrived in Ukraine in 2022. After an 11-hour drive, he was presented with a shopping list for military aid.
I'm not Amazon.
He responded,
Whether we like it or not, people want to see a bit of gratitude.
Zelensky bristled, saying,
How else can we show our gratitude? We can wake up in the morning and thank the minister. Let him write to me and tell me how to thank him.
When a Ukrainian diplomat criticized Zelensky, he was sacked. Britain is still supporting Ukraine, but there are dissenting voices. 4. Slovakia. Slovakia's ex-PM is favored to win the September election. He plans to reverse the country's support for Ukraine. Slovakia has supported Ukraine, both militarily and politically. But Robert Fico and his left-wing Smer party are unhappy about it. They have campaigned on a clear pro-Russian and anti-American message. Fico believes helping Ukraine is dangerous and pointless.
It's naive to think that Russia would ever abandon the territory it controls in Ukraine.
51% of Slovaks say the West or Ukraine is responsible for the war. If Smer wins, Ukraine will definitely lose Slovakia.